Well, hey guys, and welcome back to another Planet Zoo video. My name is Leaf, and as always, it is so awesome to have all you guys here again once more for another speed build. Yeah, so we're finally back into the speed builds. I know I put one out the other day. It doesn't really count because, that was just like, a little bit of background visual to complement a little bit of a rant that I had. But no, today we're doing like a full-fledged build, and it feels so good to like finally be doing this stuff again. Like, recently I haven't really been feeling the drive to play Planet Zoo. I've more so been feeling the drive just to mod it, but recently I kind of like fell in love with like best in slot style of like speed builds. He's doing this little series where essentially he's getting like all these different mods and he's building corresponding exhibits for them, and he's doing a really excellent job with it. And I figured, you know what, why not try that for myself? So I was really inspired by his recent Shark Tank build. That was like that was about a week ago when this is going to release, but no, so I really wanted to do one myself, and I was like, you know what, I'm putting out all these like Amazonian fish and stuff. I really want to do like a little Amazonian based tank, and so I actually do it. So one of the main features I want to have in this is a nice little waterfall. We can't really have a water build without a waterfall anymore, so I include that. And the upper part of the tank itself will just contain like, it'll contain all your plants and stuff. It'll contain a little bit of rocks as well. Here I am just doing a little bit of rock work all around the habitat. I really love using the corners of these mossy rocks. They have like this beautiful texture on them that just looks, it looks broken. It just looks so differentiated from like any other rock in the game. And I feel like it really does help add to the build, even though, most of this part is going to be underwater, as we just saw. When I start to build, like, underwater habitats like this, I am starting to fall in love with, like, turning the water off, doing it, like, decorating the whole exhibit without water, because, usually the pieces will float to the top unless if you hold control, and sometimes holding control doesn't always work, so it's always a little bit of a pain in my butt to work like that. But no, I kind of find my own process in it. I kind of figure out, like, what the best way to do it is. I decorate a little bit of this tank itself. Like, I really do love how this top section came out. I would definitely see, like, a few, like, pond species, kind of like some carp or something up there. Unfortunately, we don't really have anything like that yet. We will get to that eventually. I'm working on, like, a lot of stuff behind the scenes right now with a little bit of a friend of a modder. They kind of dropped off a little bit just for personal reasons, but they still do want to team up with me so we can get some more really cool fish out there, actually. And I really do hope you guys are enjoying the fish. It seems like they aren't doing as well as all the other mods I've noticed, probably because, they do require the aquatic pack and stuff. But no, I do feel like I'm putting out some of the best fish right now. And even like from a while ago, I'm seeing like the discus is about to reach 1,000. I'm seeing like the salmon is. I feel like these fish are really going to like really revolutionize the whole game and stuff. They're not taking off as well as I originally thought they would, but still they are really welcome additions to the game. I just feel like a lot of people don't give them the credit that they deserve, because they're just really inventive mods, and they really do help to flesh out buildings and like builds and stuff like that, especially this one, because it really is amazing to see like all these fish utilize like every single corner of this little tank itself. I really do love what I did right here. I did a little bit of like a cobblestone rock texture. It was a little bit different, but I feel like it pays off in the end. But yeah, so I'm just going through this entire build, just making like the rock work look nice. I really did want to have like this little glimpse into this underwater world, and I eventually do end up putting some like temple pieces in there as well, just to really flesh out that like, ooh, this is a like lost jungle build, I guess it really is. Speaking of the Lost in, the Lost World, Jurassic Park, that's a really great segue right there. Jurassic World Evolution 2 just got announced, and I did put a video out on that yesterday. If you guys haven't checked that out, please I like cover pretty much everything that we know. If there's anything else, I'll cover it later down the line. But yeah, we're getting like 75-ish new animals. We're getting like a ton of stuff with it. And yeah, it's just like, I don't know, I'm just really excited because I was never there for the launch of Jurassic World Evolution 1. But I did eventually play it, and I really did love the game, so I can't wait to play this one with all you guys. I'm gonna have so much fun with that, and I know my crowd really isn't the dinosaur crowd, but I really hope you guys are excited for that nonetheless. And yeah, just decorating the back of this exhibit right here, just making sure that, you know, it eventually looks good from not all the angles, because I will eventually work on like the back side of this eventually, but you know, I just want to make sure it works on like a variety of levels. And especially from up here, so I did want to like close off this little river section, like the top of the river up there. I wanted to see like how it looked like with that. And here I go adding in all the plants. Like the plant work really does bring this to life, quite literally, haha. And I'm actually adding in those temple pieces right now, so I just opt to do a bit of a basic one, just, you know, a couple pillars here and there. And I do this one right here, which is actually really interesting. I do this little bit of a, I don't know, a little bit of a column. It looks really nice, and I like kind of plaster it all over the build. So, you know, it just really does help flesh out this exhibit. It gives a bit of a story too, which I feel like is really important when you're building like one-off habitats like this. If you're building one not like locating an entire zoo, you're gonna want to have like, you know, a little bit of story going on. You want to give it like a little bit of focal point, and that's exactly what I try to do in here. And here I am just working on a little bit of flooring as well. I did want to include like, you know, some floor, just I don't know, just because like you wouldn't just have pillars all over, you would have some floors as well. In hindsight, I probably should have opted for some walls too, just kind of like give it a few more nooks and crannies, but in the end the exhibit was starting to get a little bit like, you know, it was starting to look a little bit cluttered, and even right now it does kind of, but in the end I feel like it really does pay off, because, you know, it's a little bit of a hiding game when you're trying to like find all these piranhas and stuff in the tank, all the catfish. It really is amazing how well it turned out. But yeah, we are just going through right now, just like tidying up the rest of the mainland. So in addition to the piranhas as well as the catfish, I do also throw in some, you know, some Amazon otters. Yeah, the giant otters as well, just because I felt like we have all this terrestrial land. I didn't want to give it up. I wanted to give like this little area up here a purpose. So I do end up, you know, just throwing one otter in there. Nothing too crazy. I do the little hide indoor trick that Bro Nation does a lot. And yeah, so I'm not sure what I'm doing right here, but yeah, I'm adding a few more foliage pieces in here as well. I really love doing the foliage in this, and like your guys are gonna see like in the mod showcase on Sunday, like what I have in store for you guys, because I just love building for these aquarium tanks now. And I have a bit more of a substantial addition to the little, you know, mod showcase map. So it's going to be really awesome to see. Like, I'm so excited to show all you guys, like, how well it came out. But yeah, we are just putting in a lot more foliage in here. I just really do love the hydrilla and the eelgrass in here. It really does help flesh out, like, you know, this is a freshwater tank. I'm actually using these pieces for probably one of the first times ever. These, like, yeah, they're the Strangler Fig Roots, and, you know, I never use them. I don't really know why, but they're just, you know, they're just a really good piece to have, you know? So here I am just going through the rest of the exhibit, giving some more, like, a little bit more terrestrial views as well, but really hammering in on, like, the overgrownness of, like, the water and stuff. So that's going to be really fun to have. But yeah, just, oh, these banana leaf plants too, like, those are absolutely amazing to have underwater. They're so bright. They have like this little twinge of yellow, and they just really help flesh out the exhibit. Also, some dead logs, gotta have some of those. And I do actually put some more of like those temple pieces up above, just so, you know, we can have a little bit more variety up there. And here I am working on the waterfall, and I don't really do too many crazy things with it. In fact, I don't even really put the stream in there. I kind of just, you know, have it implied. I put a little bit of like that waterfall base or whatever. like the splash at the bottom of it, just to really flush it out. And I do put like these, a little bit of the river foam up there as well, just to make sure it looks like it is like the water's being coerced downstream. And over here I put a little bit of a temple piece, and I kind of dress it up a little bit more, make it blend in with the surrounding habitat a little bit more, especially with these bamboo fences and like the bamboo paths. They look so good in builds like these. Like, I know if you guys are longtime fans of the channel, you guys might remember back in my South America video is trash, that I was like knocking on, like I was dogging on like that bamboo path, but no, I really do like it. I think it actually really helps us build a lot, so that is very awesome to see. Also the lipstick palms, they really do help like bring that gap between the water and the land as good as possible. Like, it really is awesome to have that in there. So unfortunately, like, the later half of the video does get cut off because I'm a dummy who forgets to hit record again. So we actually will be hopping into Planet Zoo just pretty shortly to actually view like all the rest of the stuff that happened with this build. So what else am I doing right here? Yeah, I do like a little bit of a kind of like a shade structure over here, and I was like, you know what, it just fits, you know. I'd imagine like this is like a little bit of like a dig site, like an archaeological dig, like, you know, this is probably where people are like come through and, you know, start extracting some like ruins, some pottery and stuff like that. I don't know, I just really like it, and I really do love this like world building that I'm doing with this build. And like, I'm gonna continue this zoo, kind of like how Best in Slot has been doing it. If you guys aren't subbed to him already, I'm pretty sure you guys are, because I have like a very small fraction of his base. But no, if you guys aren't checking his stuff out, please do, because he has some like the most awesome builds I've seen yet, especially if you love dinosaurs. He really does love dinosaurs. But yeah, so if we are just about to finish this up, how much longer do we have? As you guys can tell, I'm an extremely professional YouTube maker. Yeah, we're just about to finish it up. So yeah, you can see me kind of like give some shade structures, like, you know, a little bit more support over here. Admittedly, I should put more rope on the like the bamboo pieces up there, but you know, I think it came out pretty well nonetheless. It's just a tiny little piece of this really beautiful habitat, and you know, I start to flesh it out a little bit more with some like, you know, some benches, some other stuff, because in the end I kind of do want to like open the zoo up to the public. I feel like that'd be really fun to have. Sorry, just need a little sip of coffee there because it's like extremely early in the morning. But yeah, so I'm not really sure what else to say. Just adding a little bit more mulch up here, doing a little bit of gardening, obviously, because, you know, this is like a nice South American build. We gotta have like this oodle of foliage, and I really do love how these fairy flowers came out. I know they're like Australian, but hey, you know, this is my build, this is my life. I just really do love how well this came out. Doing a little bit more like decoration around here. I put this little guy in there, the little gold statue. I feel like it adds a lot to the exhibit. I feel like it adds a little bit more story too. And I add these heads in here as well, just really hammering on that like South American scenery aesthetic. Because hey, we're gonna do like a bunch of different builds in this little zoo. I guess it is a zoo, damn. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how you build zoos at Planet Zoo. But yeah, adding in a little bit more, like, you know, adding in those temple pieces. I do a little bit of foliage work around there as well. And I actually do a lot of lighting, actually. I really do help, like, bring this to life, especially at night. Like, inside the water at night, it's, like, really awesome to see. And I can't wait to show you guys that in the live portion. I'm, like, really anxious to get to that live portion. Can you guys tell I'm, like, not even done with my coffee yet? I've had 2 sips yet. But yeah, just adding some mangroves up there. Like, the mangroves are perfect for exhibits like these. I just wish we had even more pieces for mangroves, because these just, like, the 3 pieces, they don't really work too well when you're designing like deeper mangroves. And like, you know, I just really hope we get some more, maybe in like a North American pack frontier. Come on, please help me out. And you may notice I'm only adopting like the males of this. I really like, so one of the main problems with modding right now is breeding. and like the baby sizes. So if you have an animal that's smaller than the like normal adult, the baby will default go to the adult size, and that's something that we're trying to figure out right now. We really do need to figure that out for like fish and stuff, because once we figure that out, I'm sure a lot more people will start using the fish. It's just a matter of, you know, looking into the files. So we're actually going to take a little dip into the live portion right now, so I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, well, welcome to the live portion. I know it's a little bit of a mess of a video, but I know you guys don't really mind too much. That's why you guys are here. So, here's our little bit of a finished exhibit. I really do love how well this one came out. So I really did want to hammer in, like, you know, this is a zoo after all. So I put like these little education boards up here. I didn't even bother like doing like some other stuff in there. So we have the giant otter, we have the red-tailed catfish, and we have the red-bellied piranha. So if we take a little look in here, we can just see like all these guys swimming around, and it looks so awesome. I really do love how well this came out, especially with like how, I don't know, how like these guys are starting to swim all over. I really do like, I don't know, I'm just left amazed with like how well it looks. And if we find our little otter friend, not really sure where they went, but I'm sure they're somewhere around here. Yeah, there they are. But he's just gonna go for a little bit of a dive right now. This guy is contemplating going back on land. Oh, silly guy. But yeah, our otter seems to love this little exhibit. I know our piranhas definitely do. They love to swim around like all these little holes and stuff. But yeah, this is really cool to see. I really do love like this little centerpiece right there as well. I know, it just looks really cool. So if we continue up here a little bit, we can see like all these light posts I put in here. I really think it adds a lot to the build. And I really do like love all these little nooks and crannies that we have going on over here. I definitely do plan on like expanding out here a little bit more, but we'll get to that when we actually get to that. And I really do love like this nice little subtle incline over here. It's a little simple one, and I just love like, can you imagine just looking out over here, just watching like some of these fish swim around? Granted, we don't have any fish in here yet, but you know, it's neither here nor there. But yeah, just imagine like watching the otters like kind of run around up here. I feel like that'd be really cool to see. But you know, it's even cooler to see this place at night. Now that's what I'm really proud about. So I really did want to hammer in on like, you know, the colors of the Amazon, I guess it is. So I really do opt for like some greens up above, and if we continue down here, I really do love how like the path lights are bright yellow and stuff. But if we continue down here, we can actually see this whole tank come to life. Like, I love how well this came out. Like, this is honestly so beautiful. Like, I really wanted to include like a little bit of purple in here as well. I feel like it added like just a little bit of variation. I don't know why these guys are kind of like just staying put right now. They usually like to swim around more, but let's actually box them all up really quick, because I feel like that might reset them. And that's just something to get used to in terms of like, you know, the fish and all that stuff. But yeah, we'll unbox them all. We'll just wait for them all to get to the water. But yeah, I really do love how well this came out. In fact, I think I may actually take a picture of this, because this is actually really beautiful. But yeah, I really do love how this build came out. It is absolutely striking how well like Planet Zoo does underwater. And yeah, we're just gonna wait for all these guys to swim back over here before we end the video. But yeah, we're gonna watch all these guys start to make their way, especially the little red-tailed catfish. I really do love how well these guys came out. They were originally made by Dutch Designs, and they were gracious enough to let me port them over. And we do have some more catfish coming along the way, especially with like my little friend that I mentioned earlier. So yeah, that is very exciting stuff to see. And yeah, I just really do love how well this came out. We can start to see like all the fish make their way over here now. We can see the otter right there, just, you know, just doing otter things. But yeah, here all they are. Yeah, so actually the smaller an animal is, the slower it moves. I don't know if you guys knew that. But so since these piranhas are relatively small, they move at like snail's pace. Also, I love this view right here. Like, look at all these guys start to come over here. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the video. I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's a little bit of a different one today. And I really do hope you guys like this new style. It's something different. I'm just trying to like stay into the game as much as I can, because you know, sometimes it's a little hard to stay into Planet Zoo, but I really do hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. Just ignore that right there. That's my audacity. But yeah, my name is Leaf. I really do appreciate you guys sticking around. If you guys are new here, be sure to drop a like, maybe even subscribe if you can. And yeah, I will see you guys all in the next video. Hopefully I can end on like a nice frame. Yeah, there we go. All right, take care guys, and have the most wonderful, wonderful days.